Peace, peace, Queen of her soul here to align those chakras. Today's topic will be empath. What is an empath? Are you an empath? How do you know if you're an empath? It is characteristics that are kind of commonly found in a person, but a little more than others. So some characteristics are you're either too sensitive, you pick up on other people's emotions very easily and very clearly. You most likely have been told throughout your life that you need to stop being so sensitive, you need to toughen up. You're able to pick up characteristics about others instinctively, without even really trying. You're able to read people, you're just able to be more understanding than the average person because you can feel someone. Obviously, we all feel people. We experience others' emotions. We show empathy, but showing empathy and being an empath is two different things. So, showing empathy is literally just you sympathizing for someone. You showing an understanding, just understanding someone's emotions, understanding what someone's going through. But an empath is able to mind read. An empath is able to see tones and emotions and facial expressions and body language. Like I said before, you're able to. I almost lost my iPad there. You're also able to distinguish someone's emotions before they experience it or understand it, which is what most empaths struggle with. The fact that we're able to read energy fields and auras so distinctively and so simply, a lot of the times we recognize emotions in other people before they acknowledge it or are aware of it for themselves. So if you're an empath, you most likely, told someone they was angry or told someone they were sad or some sort of emotion or about something, and then they deny you and tell you, oh, why would you assume that? That's not how I feel. But then 2 weeks later, they come back like, girl, you was right, I was tripping, I'm sorry. You're definitely an empath if you experience things like that. I've come to understand that most people who have anxiety actually are empaths. And it just correlates so perfectly because you being more sensitive to energy will make you more sensitive to your own emotions. So you are able to be swayed easier. You're able to be affected very easily, and you would definitely be someone who's highly influenced by the moon energy because the moon controls emotions, it controls water, which also represents emotion. So you're going to be someone who get a little crazy during the full moon or more emotional or a little unstable during the new moon or full moon, depending on, the zodiac sign, your zodiac signs. Being an empath is a blessing and a curse at the same time because you are so sensitive to the world, you're sensitive to people's emotions, you're sensitive to so many things, and we live in a world where a lot of people actually don't care about emotions. A lot of people don't care about how people feel, or if you're an empath, you most likely got taken advantage of by people. People take you for granted, people bully you around, people just test your buttons because they know you're sensitive, so they feel like they can always overrule you or spite you, or they feel like they can take advantage. And as an empath, I used to think it was a curse for me. I didn't know how to understand my abilities in the beginning. I struggled a lot with picking up things on people and then them telling me that it's not true, that I'm accusing them of things. And as I developed, as I gotten better, I started being able to mind read. I started opening my pineal gland more, my third eye, and I literally was just so much more in depth with what people were feeling. I could look at somebody and be like, did you do something about something today? And then they'll be like, how did you know? And I'm like, I can feel your emotion. I can feel what you're thinking. Now, a lot of people tend to misconstrue. Just because you're an empath don't mean that your abilities are working 100%. In the beginning, especially like the time that you're discovering you're an empath, the time that you're trying to learn and understand what it means for you to be an empath, your abilities are not going to be 100% accurate. In the beginning, your empath abilities are going to force you to understand yourself. It's going to force you to understand what bothers you, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you mad. And it's going to push you to rid yourself of emotions that do not belong to you. Because as an empath, you absorb energy left, right, and center. You absorb until you figure out that you're an empath so that you learn how to stop. Which is what gives empaths mood swings and anxiety, because you're absorbing so many things from so many people all the time and you're not clearing it from your aura. You're literally living day to day through someone else's energy. You're having karmic battles that have nothing to do with you because of energy that you absorbed. You're having a hard day or emotional mood swings because of someone else's emotions. In the beginning stages, everyone is going to be your mirror. So everyone's going to be your reflection. So in the beginning, you're definitely going to go through a lot of times where you think you're picking up something on someone, but you're actually feeling yourself. And it's because before you can understand someone else's emotions completely and accurately every time, you have to explore your own. You have to explore what you suppress. You have to explore what's in your shadow self. You have to explore what's in your light, what's in your happiness. It's just a whole process of shedding the old and shedding things that don't belong to you. So don't get it twisted. Like, in the beginning, you're not going to be that accurate. You will be accurate as far as like simple things, like, you know, whether energy is off or weird or something, or if the energy is good. You know, simple on the surface energies you'll be on point with, but deep emotional wounds and blockages and all of those things, a lot of the times in the beginning you will be feeling yourself and you're going to think that you're feeling someone else. So it's truly, truly important that once you discover that you're an empath, you take it very easy and you try not to assume what you're reading or what you're picking up on someone. The beginning is very tricky, very, very tricky, and it's going to take you a while to get accustomed, because being an empath is all about learning how to feel, learning how to protect your feelings, learning how to maneuver through energy, because energy is everywhere. It is everywhere. It is all things at all times. It is always moving. It is always breathing. So you never know what you're picking up and from whom you are picking it up from. And I had to learn that the hard way a lot in the beginning. I called a lot of people out on some things that was actually internalized by myself, and they were reflecting it. And for about 2-3 years now, I've been fully developing it and mastering it, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. I wouldn't lie when I say in the beginning I did not want to be an empath. I thought this was the worst gift to have. The anxiety it came with, I was just so over it. I'm like, I can't do this. I don't want this gift. Take it away. But the more I surrendered, the more I saw how it helped me. I saw how important being an empath really is, especially when you're trying to transcend, and especially if you're trying to move to 5D. There's so many things with feelings that we ignore, and it's an honor to be an empath, because you pick up things that the average person will never be able to pick up. You can avoid bad situations from the start because you just know, you feel it. This is what leads you in nature. Being an empath, oh my god, like, exploring nature or exploring the world, I'm always brought to exactly where I'm supposed to go. Now, because I've gotten like so good at it, say I'm going to somewhere new and I don't know which direction to go, I literally just like pull in and breathe, and I ask to be shown what feels better for what direction I should go. And 9 out of 10, I'm always going in the right direction. So I know it's going to be tough in the beginning just because it's a process, and you have to learn how to protect your energy field, how to protect your aura. And until you do so, you're going to struggle. You're going to go through a lot of hardship because you're absorbing too much. You're allowing too much into your field, and you're allowing others to absorb from you and to take from you. So what I like to practice is putting myself in an eggshell of white light. Or, you can use golden light, you can use violet flames, or you can use all three. And I create this field around me every morning, and I set the intentions that no energy, no frequency, no entity that does not serve my highest good can penetrate this bubble, can penetrate this light energy field. And before I step out, I give respect, and I say allow me to have, or speak in action and say, as I step out into this world, my energy will be protected no matter what vehicle, building, or location I go to. By setting this intention, you strengthen your aura field to only allow what serves you, only allow what is bringing you good or direction within your path to come into your field. Also, it's very important that at the end of the day, you release all that you may have absorbed anyway. So once I get home and I'm settled, I say, I release all energy, frequency, entities, or attachments that do not belong to me. By doing these two practices every morning and night, I allow myself to only absorb and only keep what I'm supposed to, and I only absorb what's mine, and I only keep what's mine. So by the end of the day, whatever things may have floated in or gotten its way through my field, I release it all so that I don't hold on to it. It doesn't become a part of my field. It doesn't bring me any karma. Another thing is that you can absorb other people's diseases, illnesses, emotions. It's not only just about what you can feel, you can absorb it as well. So you have to be very cautious about how much you help people and how involved you get when you help people, because one, you're going to pick up on it, and two, you can absorb it and relive it and live through it. This is where you can absorb someone's karma, you can absorb someone's illness, and this can become very dangerous. So it's definitely a process, and not so simple as just being sensitive to energy. It's a lot to it. It's a lot to learn, to understand, and I definitely want to keep making more videos about being an empath, because I feel like if you are one, you shouldn't give up on being one, because it's always going to be better to feel than to not feel. It's always going to be alive. Better to be alive than to be a zombie. And not saying that turning your emotions off makes you a zombie, but this is how we experience. Feeling is how we experience. And being an empath, feeling is the greatest experience possible that we have. We have such a sensitivity that the average person does not have. And that's a blessing. Trust me, in the beginning, in the first couple years, it's going to be tough, because you're learning and understanding what type of empath you are. We feel differently, we understand differently, we interpret differently. So it's a work in progress, and you have to be very, very patient. But like I said, please, all my empaths, do not give up on your gift. It is beautiful, it is exciting, it is what makes this life experience amazing. And granted, you're going to have tough days, you're going to absorb some craziness sometimes, but it's worth it. Being an empath is worth it. And there's so many things I've been able to do, and so many people I've been able to help, because I embraced it, and I learned what it meant for me to be an empath, and I learned what I was capable of doing as being an empath. So take it easy on your abilities, take it easy on your sensitivity, have patience, and ground yourself in the fact that you have a gift that a lot of people on this planet does not have. And when I say a lot, I mean like 3/4 of the world. It's only a few of us. It's not a lot. I know we tend to find each other, and it seems like it's a lot of us, but it's not. So appreciate your gifts. Appreciate the abilities you have. You have them for a reason. You chose to have them and experience them here on this planet for a reason. You are light anchors. You are important to this journey, to this path, to this path, to this earth, to this ascension into the higher self. With that being said, peace. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Crystals on Etsy at Nispo, Knispo. This is Angel Light, due for communication and angel communication. Definitely available for sale, so hit up the Etsy if you're looking for crystal jewelry. Peace.